Good morning, students, and welcome back to the next class. Close your eyes and pray 1 second. So, we are discussing about tissues. We already discussed about the various type of tissues. First one is meristematic tissues. Tissues are broadly classified into first one meristematic tissues. And then permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues, there are again we have seen three different types: apical meristem, lateral meristem, apical meristem. Then lateral meristem. And intercalary meristem. These are actively dividing cells and they make the plant to grow. The second one, you can see permanent tissue. It is divided into two types: simple permanent tissue . The second type is complex permanent tissues. Second type, simple permanent tissue, we already finished. The second type is complex permanent tissue. So, we studied some important type of simple permanent tissue which include parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, which we discussed. And one more thing, last thing is about epidermis. So, now we are going to see epidermis. This is also coming under simple permanent tissue. So, epidermis, you can see that is if you take a stem, you can see the outermost covering of the stem is called the outermost layer of cell. The stem, if you cut transversely, cut it like this, and you can see the outermost layer of cell is called only one layer, and this layer of cell is called epidermis. So, young stems, we examine the outermost layer of cell is called epidermis. And you can see the epidermis is a continuous layer. There is no gap between epidermis, except you can see lower epidermis of leaves. It contains stomata, which except in leaves you can see there is no opening. Usually the cell epidermal cells of the root, it may be having extensions like this, root epidermal cell. So young plants, you can see the whole plant body is covered by epidermis. If it is a root cell, you can see it is having extensions like this. It's an epidermal cell extension. This is a root hair, which is for absorption of water. And you can see in desert plants, this epidermis will have a waxy covering, and epidermis will have a waxy covering. You know the function of this waxy covering is to protect the plants from evaporation of water, to protect the plants. So, there is a waxy covering. Waxy covering or waxy coating. And this waxy covering is called cutin. It is made up of a substance called cutin. So, this is about epidermis. Epidermis, you can see it is a single layer. It is made up of cells arranged closely one to each other, and in some plants, even other plants, you can see the epidermal cells are protected by a waxy covering. Even other plants it is there, and it is protected the plants from plants also there is a covering. This is protecting the plant from water loss and mechanical injury, any injury, and also entering of fungus. Everything is protected by the presence of this waxy covering. And desert plants, and this advantage is protect the plant from escaping water, loss of water. When the plant become older, little more older, this epidermis will be replaced. So when the plant grow, epidermis will be replaced by other cells. You can say under the epidermis, new secondary meristem. We already studied meristem is actively dividing cell, but here when the plant is young, here no meristem here, but later a meristematic tissue may grow under this epidermis, and you can see meristematic tissue will go under the epidermis, and it will produce what is called so many layers of new cells. These new layers of cells are called cork cells, and by that time the epidermis will break and it will peel off. The plant will be protected by cork cells. So this is a cork cell when the plant becomes older. So when the plant becomes older, the textbook, the diagram is here. The epidermis will be replaced by a protective coating, cork cell. The diagram is there in the textbook. Now we are going to see complex tissues. Complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue means it is made up of only one type of cell. It is actually made up of only one type of cell. All the cells are alive. But when you talk about complex permanent tissue, it is a permanent tissue. The tissue is made up of more than one type of cell. The meaning, more than one type of cell is present in a complex permanent tissue. From parenchyma you studied that parenchyma is made up of only one type of cell. All the cells will be like this. Parenchyma, it can be like this, or it can be like this. Parenchyma with space or without space are there. So you can see the cells may be like this. Only one type of cell. Cells are all alike. But complex permanent tissue, it is a tissue which is made up of more than one type of cell. Example, you already know two important examples, that is xylem and phloem. These are the examples of a complex permanent tissue. And you can see, if you examine the textbook, the diagrams are there. And if you examine a cell can be drawn in two ways. One way, you can see this. When I draw it like this, you can see you are drawing this is a part of the pipe. You can see you are drawing the cut end, this end you are drawing. But you can see when you draw a length, if the pipe is cut like this, it is cut like this. The diagram may be, if it is drawn like this, it will be just a circle. But if you and this section is called a transverse section or TS. TS means transverse section. And if you draw like this, cut and draw lengthwise, this is the diagram will be like this. And this is called longitudinal section. So in the textbook you can see the longitudinal sections of xylem and phloem. So it is not shown like this, you will get a longitudinal section. So xylem and phloem, these are the two important tissues. You know the function of xylem and phloem. What is the function of xylem? It is conducting, transporting water from the root to the leaves. And the phloem, the function is transport of food, which you already studied in lower classes. So xylem is made up of 4 different type of cells. Actually, it is a complex tissue because it is made up of different type of cells. Xylem is made up of 4 different type of cells. One important one is xylem vessels. That is why it is a complex tissue because made up of more than one type of cell. Xylem vessels. Then second type is xylem fibers, xylem tracheids, then xylem parenchyma, xylem tracheids, xylem parenchyma, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. So fourth one is xylem fibers. So these are the four different type of cells and present in xylem, and you can see xylem has very thick walls. The walls of xylem are very thick, and cells are except xylem parenchyma. You can see the cells are dead cells. Actually, these are dead cells, meaning it is not living cell. So, what is the function of these different type of cell? Xylem vessel. You can see the diagram. Xylem vessels. If you examine the textbook, xylem vessels are shown there. Xylem vessels, they are conducting water. Actually, they are conducting water from the root to various part of the plant. And then xylem fibers. Xylem fibers, they are mainly supportive in function. And the xylem parenchyma, they help the sideways transport. Water, if it is going up, that is, it will not serve the purpose. You can see water can go and to the sideways. It will help the sideways transport of water. And xylem parenchyma, another function, they are storage also. They are helping storage of food material and sideways transport. And these are the functions of different xylem fibers, mainly supporting, giving strength to the plant, and xylem vessels, xylem tracheids. These are the different type of cells present in the xylem. So, xylem parenchyma, storage of food and sideways transport. Partner. Meaning through the xylem vessels water is going up. So through the xylem fibers, and you can see water can be transported to the sideways also. So the pictures are given in the textbook. Pits are there. Pits means holes, these small holes. Through these small holes sideways transport of water also is possible. Next one is phloem. Phloem also is made up of four different type of cells. The most important, you can see the longitudinal section is there. But the most important cell is phloem sieve tube. If you examine sieve tube, longitudinal section, sieve tube, it is a tubular structure. It is a tube, and you can see the end walls. This is one wall, so this is another cell. The end walls, this is the end wall. They are perforated. Perforated means so many holes are there. Textbook diagram you can see. These are the holes. Sieve means arypa. So these are sieve tube means through this one you can see food can be transported. So these are sieve tube. So mainly food is going through the sieve tube. But the sieve tube, these are having no nucleus. Near to sieve tube there is one cell will be there always. And these cells are called companion. Companion means, you know, frontal, that is the meaning. Companion cells. So companion cells, they, since this sieve tube having no nucleus, and it is actually controlling, the activities are controlled by companion cell. This is a companion cell. And you can see other important structures are phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Other two things are phloem, sieve tube, this is sieve tube, and this companion cell. Then you can see other important type is phloem fibers. So the sieve tube transporting food material, companion cell, it is close to the sieve tube and controlling the activities. Then phloem parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma mainly storage, phloem parenchyma and also phloem fibers. Phloem fibers mainly for support. So these are the four different type of cells in phloem. So these are the complex permanent tissues, xylem and phloem. It is doing one function and but it is having different type of cell. So one of the important difference between phloem transport and xylem transport. Xylem, you can see the water is mainly transported through the root to the leaves and it is one direction. But phloem transport is both direction because through this sieve tube food can go up and down because food is prepared during photosynthesis in the leaves and it can be transported to the root and other part. And from the, you can see when the food is stored, for example, tapioca food will be stored in the root and the stored food can be transported to other part of the plant again through sieve tube, meaning phloem transport food both in both direction. Xylem transport is unidirectional. So that is the difference between phloem transport and xylem transport. So this is the end of tissues, various tissues in plants. Next one is actually animal tissues. We will see that one later. And if you have any doubt, you can call me and clarify the doubt and later. Okay, stop here.